Hey, how's it going? This is Allison from The Current coming to introduce this vlog to you. I did not give any sort of introduction to this vlog or what this market was or literally anything like that. So we're just going to do that right now because I am still learning how to YouTube. So this is a market vlog weekend of my last show, which was the World Oddities Expo up in Raleigh, North Carolina. World Oddities Expo is a traveling oddities show. Kind of think of it almost like a Comic-Con, but instead of it being more about celebrating nerdy culture, it's more about celebrating spooky culture. So they have a lot of different entertainment options that are all around the oddities and spookiness. They have live music. They have a stage with burlesque dancers, contortionists, things like that. There's a workshop where you can go and do your own taxidermy. That is extra. You do have to pay for that. But the weekend I was there, they had a make your own jackalope class, which I thought was really cool. And then there's also the showroom floor, which is primarily where I am going to focus my vlog stuff on. And the showroom floor is filled with a bunch of different vendors and artists who come from all over and share their artwork and stuff that they've made with the general public. That's kind of the gist of it in a nutshell. That's what it is. I'm not sure if that was a great explanation, but it's fine. This was my very first time ever attending and vending. So I have never been to a World Oddities Expo. They just don't come close enough to me that I would be willing to make the drive for a personal day trip, but I was willing to make it because I was vending. So this market took place over Mother's Day weekend, so it was May 10th and 11th, which we'll touch on how that affected sales and stuff later, but it took place over Mother's Day weekend. It was a 2-day market. I was allowed to come in and set up on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday were the actual show. Both of the show days were 10 to 7, and then on Sunday at 7, we packed everything up and we drove home. So it was a long day on Sunday, but we made it back. I have had some time to sit and reflect and think about this market. We will talk about it more at the end, but I needed a break to kind of think about this market and how I felt about it and sort out my feelings and everything. Right now, I am going to go ahead and roll the vlog footage from this weekend, now that you've got a little bit of context about what this market actually is. And we will talk more at the end about the details and kind of my thoughts and everything like that. So this is past Allison, or I guess more past Allison than now. And here you go. All right, it is con weekend. We are set up for World Oddities Expo in Raleigh. This is the one table set up this time. We have clothes on this side, my beautiful, wonderful girlfriend. And then this is all the plushy stuff in the middle. There are some gaps because I still have stuff to finish in the hotel room because I am a chronic late finisher of projects. And then I will have more keychains here. And on this side we have bucket hats and bandanas, and I will have some more hats, like my fuzzy bear hats, that will probably go down here. And more bandanas, but yeah, that is the setup. I think we're looking pretty good. Or I'll come back early tomorrow and finish setting up. Yay! We're covered up. We're out. Let's go. So I forgot that I haven't washed my hair since I redyed it, and now I have a pink towel. So sorry to the hotel. We are here at World Oddities Expo in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is my very first time ever doing World Oddities. I'm really excited. I do think this is the biggest show I've ever done, so I'm a little nervous. I am kind of regretting not springing for the booth as far as like space goes, but I think it makes sense since I didn't really know like how it would go and everything like that. Hi, it's editing Allison here. I didn't really elaborate on this point at any other time in the video, so I'm just going to pop in real quick and talk about it right now. So sorry for the interjection, but the reason that I ended up not signing up for a booth spot was because I was worried about being able to get everything in my car and get it up to the show in the first place. I have a strict rule where I drive to all my shows. I do not fly to any of the shows that I do. I stay within like a 3.5 hour radius generally. So I needed to make sure that I could fit all of my display stuff. I could fit all of my plushies. I could fit all of my like clothes and then myself and my girlfriend in the car. So I was worried about being able to fill out a full 10 by 10 booth space if I was to do that. So I opted to just do the one table setup. Looking back on it, I do think I probably could have managed to fit everything in my car. I do have a smaller car. I do not have like a big SUV or anything. I do think I probably could have put everything out and I probably could have made it work if I had signed up for a booth spot, but I don't regret doing the table because it definitely was a lot easier to make sure I got everything in the car. So now that I know, maybe next year I would be a little bit more willing to buy like the bigger 10 by 10 boot spot. The price difference really wasn't that big of a deal, but like space wise and for traveling, I think it made more sense to do the table. Hope that helps. It was really hard to kind of cram everything into a 6 foot table space, but I think I did it. I think it's fine. It's gonna have to be fine because like that's what it is. Sorry I didn't really film too much earlier today. My girlfriend and I were driving up and I ended up not really having a great like health day yesterday. So my initial plan was to film like packing yesterday and then like getting on the road today and like filming some stops or whatever we ended up doing on the road. But we ended up not actually leaving until a lot later, which means we didn't get here till later. And I thought we had plenty of time to set up today, which like we ended up getting everything and it was fine, but like I was a little stressed at the end and I think my girlfriend was too. So far, we have gone to the venue, set up, went to dinner. We went to this really good like Korean sushi place. It was really good. It was called Aroma if you're in the Raleigh area. Then we checked into the hotel and we ran to Walmart just to grab a couple things. I didn't bring stuffing, but that was on purpose because I couldn't fit it in the car. So the only stuffing I had at home were these like giant 20-pound boxes. And like there was just absolutely no way and there was no point in bringing that. So the Walmart that we're staying by does not carry stuffing, but I bought a couple pillows because I did that last time and it ended up working out fine. So I'm going to mix it with whatever polyfill I have left. And if I'm worried, I might end up going to Michael's tomorrow, but we'll see. We are going to get some work done tonight. So I have a bunch of bags, things that I need to finish up. So I am going to work on finishing that stuff up. And we are still planning on getting there early tomorrow. The doors for VIPs open at 10. So we ideally need to be set up and like ready to roll at like 9:50. But we're going to try to get there probably at least an hour and a half early is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm just going to try to get as much of my whip bags down as possible. I'm going to try to finish as many of those as I can tonight. And then maybe if I still have some time, I'll like make some stuff from scratch. But for now, I'm just going to try to finish what I have. I probably will not talk to you more tonight. I probably will talk to you tomorrow when we are at the show. But if I have anything, I'll update you, I guess. Bye. If you want, here's a very lackluster room tour. We have the door, obviously. We have a bunch of bags of yarn and half-finished projects. More stuff. Those are my girlfriend's beads. That's all more yarn and stuffing. We have a lamp, nightstand. This is the bed. Then we have over here, we have the TV. There's a cute little fridge, microwave, all that stuff. There's a desk over here. That's my towel with my hair dye on it. This is where my girlfriend's mostly going to be at and working at. And then we have this cute little like I don't know. I keep calling it like Sims furniture. My girlfriend and I are saying the furniture in this hotel reminds us of like the tiny living Sims pack. But we have that. And then over here is just the little bathroom area. And there's me. Hello. And obviously the bathroom part is in there. But that's it. It's not much, but it's enough. Good morning, Raleigh. It is officially day one of World Oddities Expo, Raleigh, North Carolina. I am still working on some stuff this morning. Honestly, I did not really stay up that late last night. I was so tired. My cats woke me up at like 5 a.m. and then we drove all day to get here and then set up and everything. So, like, it was a long day, but we opted to get up early, go to bed, get up early. So that was our plan. And so far, I think it's been the right choice. But I've been working on some stuff this morning. Currently, I'm working on finishing up the last of my chunky baby possums. A couple bags over there of stuff that I want to go ahead and try to get done before we leave. I don't know whether or not that will happen, but I'm going to try my best. Here's hoping today is a good day. It is a productive day. It is a good money maker day. This is my very first time doing Whoa, and I'm really nervous about it. I don't know if you can tell. I'm excited. I am. I have done some other like spooky alternative kind of leaning markets, punk flea markets. I've done, like I've been to Walmart. I don't know. That's like a local thing though. So most of y'all probably don't know what that is. This is definitely like the biggest scale of a sort of like oddities spooky market that I've seen. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about since I can't remember anything to save my life. So there weren't a lot of vendors that were set up yesterday when we got there, and we left like at 6, which was when they told us that we needed to be out by, which is crazy. But there was only one other person that I saw that had crochet stuff, at least yesterday. They had a couple of the Grim Grinning Goats Baphomet pattern. I'll see if I can find their info and like put it in the screen or like down below or something. But I haven't walked around. But like I said, not everybody was set up fully yesterday. I went to go say hi to like some of my friends and things. And we do have plans tomorrow morning. We are getting coffee with one of our vendor friends. She used to live in town and then she moved because she hates us. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say to you. We're just gonna keep working, and then I will talk to you more once we're at the market. But we are here for silly shenanigans. My girlfriend has agreed to do coffee review with me. How do you feel about the coffee? It exists. Great. Okay, we went to where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Big B.
Big B. It was across the street. I don't know. And we don't know whose is.
I think we have a guess.
What do you think?
I think the one without whipped cream is mine.
Okay. I'll give you that one. Do you want a straw? They gave you a straw. Do you want a straw?
I do.
It's got like the straw perforated thick on the tamper seal.
Threatening to fall into the thing. I've created a nightmare. Help.
Are you proud? I did not shoot my straw wrapper at you. For once.
You haven't even opened your straw.
But it was your straw wrapper, I guess. I misspoke. Oopsies. Okay. So I got, I think it was the teddy bear. It was like caramel white chocolate is what I got. And you got some kind of vanilla cinnamon thing?
Honey cinnamon.
Okay. All right. Let's see what this is about.
It tastes like coffee.
It do be tasting like coffee.
Are you convinced that yours is yours?
Not entirely. Are you convinced yours is yours?
I was like really expecting, because mine is caramel and white chocolate, and I was really expecting mine to be really sweet. I think this one has cinnamon in it. I think this one is yours. I'm pretty sure this one is yours. It's not strong.
The problem is one of them has real milk and one of them doesn't.
One of us is gonna be shitting later.
Leave that up to interpretation. It's a fun guessing game.
Mid, good mid, but mid.
Very light on the flavor.
Yeah. I was really worried mine was gonna be way too sweet. And I was scared, and if it was way too sweet, that was gonna be a lot more disgusting than if it was not sweet enough. But I like my coffee less sweet than you do, I think.
It appears mine has cinnamon on top.
Yours very faintly tastes of cinnamon. It's like LaCroix cinnamon, you know? LaCroix cinnamon. Anyway, coffee reviews.
Look how cute! I just threw a peep on the ground. But look how cute! Alright, 15 minutes until the doors open. We are finally done. Here's the booth. We have all of this and that. I think it looks okay. And then over here, we have clothes, scarves, keychains, bandanas, and cotton bucket hats. And there is my girlfriend. It is like 10 minutes until doors open. We are fully set up. We are ready to go. I think the booth looks good. I'm stressed. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You want to be my video?
Sure.
You don't have to be. Sure. Hello. My girlfriend's in my video now.
I'm just here to smile awkwardly.
Okay. I'm too fat for this. We are all set up. It is like 10-ish minutes until doors. They are closing the back doors now. So, I'm anxious. I'm stressed. I'm feeling nervous. I don't know. We're gonna see how this goes. I think the booth looks as good as it's gonna get.
I think it looks really good, honey.
Okay, well, thank you. I feel really bad because they offered us the table next to us. So the tables are set up in like squares. So it's like there's one, and then the sides have two, and then there's one. And the person on the one side of us did not show up. We're on the one side. And then on the two side, someone didn't show up. They asked us if we wanted the table, but it was like 30 minutes before the doors opened. So it was like we absolutely did not have enough time to get everything like spread out, and I felt really bad, but luckily the other people on that side took the table. So I was worried it was going to look bad if it was empty, but so far
They've filled it out pretty well, so I think everything's fine.
yeah. First impression so far, I think from walking to the bathroom and back, seems fine. There are a couple like reseller people here. We've 3 so far is what we've seen.
3 strikes.
That we can like identify at least. So that's, I guess, not as bad as some of the other shows in the past that we've done, but like not great.
Yeah. Not as bad nearly as some of them, but
yeah. Today's show hours are technically 10 to 7, but the 10 to 11 hour is just VIP. So I'm not expecting that to be like a super busy shopping hour. Honestly, I'm not really expecting stuff to pick up until like lunch-ish, I think. Maybe like after lunch. Do you have anything to add? I feel like I am missing something important I wanted to talk about.
no.
Okay. Anyway, I guess I will update you as the day goes on, but we are about to open. Let's go make some money. Money, 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 money. Hello. Been open for 3 hours, open to the public for about 2. It's going pretty good. It's been pretty steady. I will say the stage is a lot. I don't know what's going on over there, but like there's a lot, and I'm kind of going a little crazy from it, like overstimulation wise, but that's okay. I am getting low on possums. I've been making more possums to try to replenish that. I sold a couple big ticket things, which has been nice. I just added up all my expenses, and everything is good. We have made back our booth fee, and we have made back about half of our hotel. So it's not like 100% in the clear just yet, but considering we've really only been open for like 3-ish hours, 2 to the public, but like 3 in general. In that first hour, we really didn't make a lot of sales. I'm pretty happy with that. Another market going on, literally in the building, like right next door, which is kind of shitty. We're at like the fairgrounds, and so like we're in one building, and then there's like a walkway that connects the two, and then we're at a second building. The food trucks are like in between the two, and they like would not let us in to go get food. They're like they only belong to the other market, even though they're like right between the two buildings, which is annoying. And I really wanted French fries, and it's fine, and I'm annoyed about it, but it's fine, and I guess I'll die. Okay, here we are at the end of day 1. I have rearranged some stuff throughout the day. We've done pretty good. I've pulled a lot out of back stock. I think it's good. I have one lone possum. No keychains, which is okay. Couple bandanas. I think it looks pretty good. I did sell my red mesh shirt, which I'm so happy about. So I finally sold a piece of clothes. And yeah, that's about it. I'm going to make this brief because my girlfriend wants to leave. So we're going to go home and take a nap. Girlfriend wanted to come. This is Vinka, live from nowhere, baddest bitch on this side of the Mississippi. Coffee.
Did that, it went, it's a release of pressure. So it hurts less now. I love that there's going to be background audio of me talking about my infected finger.
Oh, no, there's not. There absolutely is.
And I'll just share it in my story. I don't even post the exact same thing.
S'mores, pumpkin spice, because I'm basic. What'd you get?
London fog.
London fog.
Funeral fog.
Put you in a funeral home.
Okay.
We were technically open, but here's day 2. I didn't really finish that much stuff, but it's fine. Hello! But yeah, Kirby's are new. That stuff mostly is new. Last day. It's still 10 to 7, so let's see how it goes. Hello. It is Sunday, so we are technically open. It is 10 to 7 again today, so I did my best with the booth. Honestly, last night I just was so tired. I did not feel good. So we went back to the hotel room. We took a nap. We walked to a place called Heavenly Buffaloes, got some wings, went back to the hotel, ate them in bed, and then promptly went back to sleep. So you didn't miss much. And then this morning we went to this really cool coffee place here called Chapel of Bones. I guess it's not really just a coffee place. It's like a music venue. They do shows and stuff there. But in the morning they have coffee. So we went and got coffee with our vendor friend, and it was really nice. I feel okay about how I did yesterday. Today is Mother's Day, so I think that's either going to be really good or really bad. My current bet is really bad. I think it's going to be really slow. And considering that there are vendors that still aren't here yet, maybe that is the general consensus among everybody. I don't know. But I did bring a bunch of stuff in to try to like work on and finish and stuff like that. So that is what I'm mostly going to be doing today. If I have anything to update you on later, I will update you. But for now, we're chilling. Goodbye. Been working on finishing things this morning. I have a whole bag of Kirby's. I have a whole bag of Kirby's that I've stuffed, and there's a couple Mario mushrooms in there. And now I am working on chickens. So it's been a productive morning, which I don't know if I like or don't. 11:21, and I just sold my last possum. So I'm out of possums now, and I might end up making some more later, but honestly, I'm not sure. We'll see. But I'm out of possums for now, so yay! Sheets. Look, I can't talk. Sheets. We're at sheets. I want a souvenir beaver to take home.
That's a beaver.
I like that one.
You got a penny?
Maybe in the car. Welcome back. Let's talk about it. So, I walked away from this market feeling super disappointed. I was expecting this to be a like absolute sellout, show-stopping market. I was expecting it to like blow everything else out of the water that I had done that year. And honestly, out of the few markets that I had done this year, this one was my worst so far, which was really disappointing to me. I took the entire month of April off to prep for this market and to not really, I guess, see the like return on my time investment, I guess, really hurt and it really sucked. And I did not feel good walking away from that show. I will say, I did make a good amount of money. I am just a hater. It was still more than worth my time to do it, and I still made a pretty good profit after all my expenses and everything. I made my expenses about halfway back through Saturday, including hotel, gas, food, everything like that. So, like, I really can't complain, but I was expecting to do better. And I don't know if I had just gotten like too hyped up from everybody else around me or if I had like hyped this up too much in my head, but like I just felt really disappointed walking away from this show. The booth fee itself was a lot pricier, and I think that's also part of why I was expecting it to be a better show. A 6-foot table for the entire weekend was $325, which for me, that is the most amount of money I have ever paid for a show. Typically have a cap of about $250, $275 is about the cap that I will pay for a market. And the only markets I pay that much for are Pride festivals because they're here and I know that I will make that back. For a show that I've never done before, paying that much money and then walking away feeling let down, I don't know. I did have a couple like things that I touched on in the vlog that I wanted to just kind of circle back to. So the big one was the market next door. The market next door was not the fault of Whoa, I think, but I think it was the like fairgrounds or whoever was like renting the buildings out. So they were two connected buildings, and there was like a covered walkway that was outside between the two. And then there were also food trucks outside between the two. Neither market had signs outside, and I didn't walk over to the other one. But when you walked into the lobby of where World Oddities was, they did have a big blow up of like a anatomical like human model, which you would think would tell people where they were at. But there were several people who meant to go to the market next door who ended up at World Oddities Expo and then were upset about it. We had one guy who we overheard on the phone as he was walking out talking to somebody that I assume he was meeting up with. And he was saying that the market had evil vibes, Satan vibes. It was evil in there. Satan was in that building. So I think that was really funny. The other gripe I will say that I have and still have, which I do think is kind of the fault of the people organizing the market, is the table placements. So I paid for a 6-foot table. There were really not that many people who paid for tables. It feels like most people paid for booths, but I will put a map up here on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. But there were these like pods of tables throughout the show floor. There were, I think, technically 4 of them, at least to me, where these like pods of tables were. The spacing was so awkward it really just kind of felt like I was floating out in the middle of nowhere. A lot of people didn't seem to know whether or not we were vendors, if we could like sell them things, or if we were just like showing stuff off. People wanted to hang out kind of in the spaces around where the tables were, which blocked the tables for people to come and shop from, which is fine. I mean, there's open space for people, they're going to congregate there. And like, I was glad people were having a good time. But what did start to bother me was we had several people who kept trying to weave in between the tables and come hang out behind the tables because they didn't realize that we were vendors and they wanted to just like hang out there, which isn't really great. Constantly having people coming like around you to try to just like loiter in the middle is really uncomfortable. Having to like constantly be asking people to like not stand there is also not great. We did have several people who also wanted to come back there to check out. I did have a checkout window in my display, and I was standing and I was talking to people through this window, but I, at least on Sunday specifically, had so many people who just came around the booth and like tapped me on the shoulder behind me to ask if they could check out, which again made me really uncomfortable. I did not like that. I noticed that there also wasn't a lot of traffic at these like pods of tables either. And I talked to somebody who was over at one of the other pods and they said it had been dead like all day. So I kind of think these like table groupings were a miss overall. There really weren't that many of us. I don't fully understand why they didn't just line all of the tables up against a wall and make it sort of like an artist alley situation. I definitely feel like that would have been a lot better. It also would have been safer, I think, because people couldn't come back there. I kind of just spent the whole weekend on edge because everybody kept coming behind my table. The stage was not super far away from where we were at. On the map, it looks like it's further than it is. When I tell you that the stage was loud, it was loud. And it was so overstimulating, not just for me personally. I brought earplugs so I could deal with it. I was expecting to have to deal with it since I was a vendor. Countless patrons who were like hanging out with friends, walking around, whatever, who were talking to the person they were with or the group they were with, saying they had to leave. They needed to get out. It was too much. And they wanted to stop and look, but they couldn't deal with all the noise and they couldn't deal with all of the sounds and everything. I did overhear people saying they wanted to come back, but I did not see those people again. I think it's really cool that they want to provide like entertainment and music, and especially since it's all already included in your ticket. Knowing that I lost out on sales because of it, and I know people that were closer to the stage definitely lost out on sales. It was just really unfortunate. And I'm appreciative that they want to provide like entertainment. It would have been nice to not have it constantly be going because it was also just loud in there due to like everybody talking because it was a big space. So like even if we would have just turned the music down like a little bit. As far as the good things though, everybody at staff was really nice. Everybody was super sweet, super helpful. We're offered an extra table, which is really sweet. It was really nice of them. At no cost, they were just like, do you want this extra table since they didn't show up? That was really nice. And everybody that I talked to at staff was really nice, really helpful, really sweet. I also noticed significantly less of the resellers. We're only about 3 that I like actively clocked as being like AliExpress, Temu resellers, and none of them were crochet people. Honestly, the only reason I know there were 3 is because 2 of them are people that I have done other shows with, and I know that they are resellers. If I hadn't known that the 2 people that, I had previously vended with were resellers, I don't know if I would have clocked them. But I really only clocked 3, which I think is great. I have done similar events in like similar veins around the Southeast that advertise themselves as being like artist forward, 100% handmade, stuff like that. And it is like 90% resellers. It was really nice to actually be surrounded by people who are genuine artists and hand make their crafts and do all their own art, things like that. I did talk to several people who had done this show before, both people that I had just met and people that I knew before. And a lot of them said that they made over this 2-day weekend what they would expect to make at a slower 1-day show. So that is promising to me. I do think that means that Mother's Day slowed down a lot of the traffic. And I did hear from vendors that had done it before who said it was really, really slow this weekend. I do have 2 more of these that I have signed up for. We'll be doing World Oddities Expo in both Atlanta and Savannah. Those are both one-day shows, so I will be talking about those as well. Anyway, final thoughts. I'm a hater. It went better than I thought it did. I just suck and am really overly self-critical of everything and myself mostly, but got my hopes up. It's fine. I did really good. I'm really pleased with how it went. I got to meet a lot of really cool new people. We got to go to a really cool coffee shop. Chapel of Bones was so cool. I know it's not really a coffee shop, it's also like a music venue, but the coffee was good. And yeah, I had a really good time, and I'm looking forward to being back. Anyway, guys, that is everything that I have to talk about with this market. Let me know if there's anything that I didn't touch on that you wanted me to touch on. I promise I'm not a hater. I had a really good time, and I'm looking forward to being back. And yeah, if there's any other questions you have about this show, let me know. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video that I have soon. But I will see you guys at Whoa in September. Twice. Because I hate myself. Anyway, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!